Okay, Kalmako fly fishers. Thursday night fly tying. We're still doing it at home, unfortunately. Now we're going to tie a Whirligig Beetle. This is what he's going to look like when he's finished. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting the eyes on. So I put the thread on all the way to the bend and I brought it back to the eye. Now this little guy's pretty hard to hang on to. So hopefully I don't drop it. There we go. Put it on there, figure 8, get it right in the center. Get on there good and tight. Center it really good. Okay, next we're going to put on raffia, or not raffia, it's Swiss straw. This is Swiss straw. It comes in a roll like this here, and you just spread it apart, and you can take strips off whatever width you want. I'm going to tie this one right there to the back. So, and I'm bringing the thread back. Then I'm going to put, cut a point on this foam here. I think this is 2 or 3 millimeter foam. Get it right on the very top. Careful you don't hit the tip of your hook there. Oop, like that. Make sure you get it centered really good. And bring your thread back and pack that all down. Okay, next thing we're going to do is put on some peacock herl. I've got 3 strands here. Get some fairly long strands and trim the tips off. And tie that on behind the eyes. Not too close. All the way to the back, like so. Okay, now I'm going to bring my thread back a little bit. Let's turn her so. Now I'm going to put the legs on. Now the legs I'm using this peacock's spears. Okay, and then I'm going to tie them on right there. I'm going to tie it right in the center. Same thing, I'm going to figure 8 this guy on there. A little touch and go. Okay, now I'm going to move my thread towards the front. Then I'm going to put the other one on. Same thing, I'm going to figure 8 it on there. I didn't get it too centered. A little trickier. Once you get her on there, it's good. Like so. Okay, and I'm going to move my thread behind the eyes like that. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my peacock herl here, put my hackle pliers on there. I'll give it a few turns. And I'm going to wrap it around behind the legs, a couple of wraps, and then move over to the front and build up a bit of a body there. Careful. Tip of that hook's still there. You can snip that off pretty easy. Okay, and then I'm going to go in front here like so. I think. There we go. And maybe just one more turn, like so. Now I'm going to tie that off there. Okay. Make sure it's on there really good. Then trim it off. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this foam. I'm going to stretch it over the top, just behind the bead, tie it there. Careful not to break your thread here. Use a 6/0, it's stronger, but this is 8, which is a lot better for this little guy. Okay, now I'm just going to stretch this, cut that off, tidy that up a little bit there. Then I'm going to take my Swiss straw, fold it over the top, and I'm going to tie it off right behind the hook eye, the eye of the hook, like so, 2 or 3 turns. Then I'm going to move my thread to the back of the eyes again. Then I'm going to fold this back, like so. Okay. And then I'm going to trim this guy off. Okay. Okay, now let's tighten that up a little bit, make sure it's tight. Whip finish it there. Like so. Oop, there we go, broke my thread off. Oh well. Good thing I had it tight on there. There we go. Now I got these legs, we're going to trim them. Like so. Fairly short. Won't make it any longer than the body is. Okay, something like that. Okay, now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this clear nail polish, this Sally Hansen nail polish I stole from my wife. Not really. And just put a coat right over the top. And even on the bottom here, make sure them threads are good. And that's it. Now you just set that aside to dry. I usually like to put them on these little clips here like this, these things here. A little stand. And then you can put them aside to dry. That's basically it. Fairly simple. Neat little fly. And that's it for today. Enjoy. Take care.